Well, hello everybody. I hope everybody is doing fabulous. I just got back from a vacation, a girls' vacation, with my mom, my aunts, and my cousins from my dad's side of the family. We have not seen each other for like 5 years, so it was absolutely wonderful. I also got to meet up with Miss Pam. We went to Woodstock, Georgia, and to Corbin, Kentucky to see the Ark, and the weather was just amazing. So if you're interested in visiting those areas, let me know. We stayed in two fabulous Airbnbs, so I would highly recommend either of them if you do plan to visit those areas. So, okay, with that, I thought I would show you a haul from the bins. Some of you may know I recently went to the bins. I met up with Kristin, a rural squirrel, and Cheryl, shiny squirrel, and we spent the better part of a day at the bins. And I found quite a bit. It was crazy. So, go grab a drink, grab your snack, pull your chair up, and let's see what I found at the bins. Okay, so I went to the bins for the second time ever. I found quite a bit of stuff. And after seeing what Kristin found the next day, I was so jealous I wasn't there. I mean, oh my God. She found some pink gooseberry Pyrex bowls. Could not believe she found those. But I'm so happy for her. So, anywho, like I said, I found quite a bit at the bins, and I thought I would show you the haul. It's a lot. It's crazy. I don't know. I went to check out, and I was like, oh, Lord, how did this happen? Now, the majority of the stuff I got is vintage. A few things are not vintage. But as usual, if you see anything in this haul that you're interested in, you can always email me at bayoubelleantiques@gmail.com, and I can give you a quote, and we can go from there. So, if you've never been to the Goodwill bins, pretty much what it is, they're usually items that have been donated to Goodwill. Sometimes some things have made it to the Goodwill and didn't sell. Other times they are donations that just went straight to the bins. So they come out in literally these big, huge, wide bins. When they bring them in, everybody has to wait until they say ready, and then it's like a free-for-all. I mean, you have to dig for things. Things are not neatly displayed. You're going to have to dig. And depending on who's there that day, you may have some pretty, let's say, competitive people there. So, fortunately for me, there was not a ton of competition for what I was interested in. I don't do clothing. I don't do shoes. I don't do hats, that kind of thing. So, anywho, I picked up several of these adult coloring books. So, I think this is pretty much the only thing I found that wasn't vintage, but they're all in new condition. And, you know, like I said, none of them have been colored in. So, these make really great gift ideas. You know, there was even a Jim Shore one. They're great for somebody who's going in the hospital, you know, things like that. There's a folk art one. There is this one. This was really nice, as you can see. There was another flowers one, and there was this great horse one. One's like this, and then a larger print one. So I grabbed those. Those are pretty, easy to list type item. Then they had a ton of vintage cookbooks, your church type cookbooks. So I always like to pick those up because, it's getting harder and harder to find some of those vintage recipes that we all like that have been handed down for generations. So I picked up this one. I also picked up this little Cajun one. Y'all know I lived in Louisiana, Mississippi area. I do love to cook Cajun food, and I can tell you this cookbook is a really good one. There is also, let's see, I was looking on a date for some of these. Like some of these are 80s, like this is a church one from the 80s. There was this one. There's a Lutheran church one. There's another cookbook. It's a little elementary school, probably a fundraiser that was done. This is, let's see. This one was done in Shawnee Mission, Kansas. This one is a 1959 from the Junior League in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. So you know that one's going to be a good one. And then we had that one. And then we had this one. So those were all the cookbooks that I picked up. Then I did notice there were some antique type books. Now, there was a book seller there that was a little aggressive, let's just say. But I did manage to snag a couple of books because they didn't have the barcode. Everything that doesn't have a barcode doesn't mean it's not valuable. It was crazy. I found this book. It's Fan Engineering, and it is in amazing condition. And I did look up the comps on this on eBay, and the comps looked really, really good on that. So you see things like that. Scientific type books. Things of that nature, you should check them out, pick them up. You might be a little surprised by them. And then I found also this book on correspondence, and at first, just the look of the cover intrigued me, but then I started looking at it. And this book is from 1886, and it is basically instructions on how to do social correspondence, write your business letters, things of that nature. So I just thought that was really neat. There were, there are samples, signatures, the writing, the language, was just really, really fascinating. When you think about how we used to write and talk to people, correspond with people, compared to these brief, abbreviated text messages that who knows what that emoji means or what those abbreviations mean. It's, truly a lost art. So I thought this was great. And also it makes for a really pretty, fall display with the embossment on it. So yeah, I'll pick that up. Okay. Let me grab another pile because we had some piles, let me tell you. Okay, be right back. Okay, I also found a new old stock JCPenney flat sheet, still in the package for a full-size bed. I usually do pretty well with these on eBay. A bin did come out with quite a bit of vintage trim pieces, so I did pick those up. I'm thinking it's a store in Council Bluffs, so they probably went out of business at some point. There were several different spools of that kind of French, I don't know, French country, English type, trim. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but I don't know. Anyway, I thought they'd be great for anybody that crafts or anything like that. So really, really nice pieces, and trim can be quite pricey, and it can do quite well. So we had that color, and let's see, we had this color as well. So I had those. Then I picked up this Japan Victorian calendar. Now, believe it or not, these actually do sell on eBay, but the biggest reason I picked it up because I thought this would be great, for somebody who might be, doing like a crafting type project. I mean, there's some Victorian style images on this, so you wouldn't feel bad about cutting something like this up. The calendar itself is in excellent condition. It hasn't been written on at all, so I just thought I would pick that up. And hopefully I don't sneeze here in a minute. Then I also came across this little piece of needlepoint. Now it does have a Mother's Day at the top, but you know, you could easily not display that, and you could just display, you know, the needlepoint of the butterfly. Or you could, because it is a needlepoint, I mean, you could just remove that. That's easy enough to remove. You don't have to keep that. Or you could change the year. Well, whatever you want to do. Then I saw this bag. I was like, what on earth is that? Well, this bag was full of these little felt cutout dolls. I have never seen anything like it. It's 2 girls and a boy. But whoever owned this labeled each envelope. And they're all full of the little felt doll accessories. I mean, there's like little shoes. There's the little duck. There's boots. There's purses. Little hats. Little sand pail. I've never seen anything like that before. Have any of y'all seen these before? I thought these would be great, especially for, and to give you an idea, I mean, this one is full of accessories, but I thought if you have, you know, a child that, needs like textural type stimulation or something, this could be great. There were also envelopes full of the boys' clothing. So there's like little overalls, little swim trunks, little hats. He's even got like a little sweatsuit. I just thought that was too cool, you know, not to pick up. Not really sure how I'll lot these up. If I'll do like one big lot, if I'll do individual lots. I'm not sure what exactly I'll do. And there were also like little girl outfits. So little dresses. Aren't those cute? That. I mean, like I said, it's there are quite a few items. So I might have to see if, you know, these have ever been sold. I mean, how do people sell them? Do they lot up the outfits? What, you know, what do they do? And then there was also Mr. and Mrs. Potato Head parts and pieces. And yes, there are these little felt potato head pieces in here. But then there's also like the parts and pieces to go along with them, like the little hats, the eyeballs, geez Louise, you know, the little mouths. Were these the feet? So there's this huge stack in here. There's also like the arms, legs, shoes, feet. I probably already said that, didn't I? So, yeah, I just thought it was really cool, and it weighs next to nothing. So I picked that up because it piqued my curiosity, and you know, I showed it to Kristin and Cheryl, and they thought it was pretty cool too. So we'll see. We will do a little bit of research and see if we can find out more information on these. I mean, to me, they look like they must have been some kind of pattern or a kit or something. I don't know. I've never seen anything like them before. So, if you have any clues, let me know. Okay? Now, let me grab another bag and see what we got in that one. Like I said, there's a lot. Alrighty, this is probably the most random bag of stuff that I picked up. I came across this bag, and when I opened it up, what I found was a ton of Oneida silverware in there. And, you know, Oneida silverware, depending on the pattern, can do really well. So there are just ton of different patterns. I think I saw at least 4 different patterns in here. So, you know, I'll be looking those up, lighting them up, putting them up as replacement pieces on eBay. And Cheryl also grabbed some of these serving pieces as well for me. Ooh, that was a little loud. So, kind of venturing off into areas that don't know a ton about, but that's all right. That's the cheapest way to learn is to get it at the bins, and we shall see. I also picked up this vintage rolling pin. All wood rolling pin with the beautiful patina wood, red wood handles on it. Let's see, trying to figure out where to go from here. I picked up a couple little plush that I thought maybe if I don't list them, Baby Faye might like them, like this little peacock. And I got her this little squishmallow. She loves these little guys. I also picked up this really large bag of ribbon. I do like to at times put ribbon in some of my packaging, and honestly, that is the cheapest you're ever going to get ribbon is at the bins because it doesn't weigh hardly anything. And there was also that vintage one. Baby Faye loves Minnie and Mickey, so I found this little figurine for her, and also Moana. You know, we went recently to Disney on Ice, so I like picking up things like that. Because, you know, it's inexpensive for her, you know, as she grows out of toys, there's not a lot of money spent. I found this little dollhouse chest, but you could easily use it as a trinket box for some jewelry. I picked up this little glass beaded tassel as well. You know, they're really pretty displayed on curtains or knobs on your hutches, things of that nature. I also found this bag of vintage, they're like, I think most of them are like razor blade little boxes. So these are great for people who do flat lay type displays. The graphics on them are pretty cool. Let me see. Like, look at this older Gillette one. So yeah, I picked up that whole little bag, and typically what I do is try to make like a junk drawer lot kind of type thing with those. And then I also found this little box, and at the time I was kind of excited. Now I'm like, I don't know, but you never know. We have a lot of diehard Husker fans here. So found this new in-box Nebraska Cornhusker cufflinks and tie clip. So picked that up. I thought that would make a neat little gift for somebody. I also got this vintage needlepoint kit. There is a little tearing to the packaging, but otherwise it is all intact. All the pieces are there. So I thought that would be something nice to pick up for somebody who likes, you know, to do that sort of stuff. And, you know, I always pick up like vintage ephemera. So I did find this vintage Sportscraft little booklet on how to play some sports. I also found this little vintage Kodak tape. There was this little mule stock icicle little package, and I need to lint roll this guy, and I don't know if I'll send it in its original frame. Maybe I'll pop it out of its frame. I'm not really sure, but it's a crewel of I think pansies, perhaps. It's really pretty, nicely done piece. And then I found this House of Hatton little Christmas figurine with his original tag, and these little guys do pretty well. So, I mean, there's a couple of items in here that will just pay for the entire lot that I picked up. So that, I was pretty excited about that. And, you know, anytime you can get most of your money back just on selling a couple items, everything else is profit, then that's pretty exciting. I also picked up some little vintage jewelry. If you ever go to the bins, always look towards the bottom of the bins because you never know what you're going to find. So there was this little vintage enamel pin, the snowman. I found these beautiful little clip-on earrings. Kind of hard. Let's see if I can display them. It's kind of like a heart. Really dainty. They are like a black rhinestone. And then I thought, this was just really cute. These little Chanel and glitter Santa star Christmas earrings. I'm pretty sure these were like sold at Kmart. So I thought those would be neat. And then I did find a cake topper, little football guy. And I have, I think I have 2 bins of cake toppers that I need to start listing. What do I not have that needs listing, guys? Let's be honest. But, you know, it is what it is. I also got this sweet little needlepoint elephant with his heart balloon. I found this little puppy, probably like a hot plate type thing, but it doesn't look like it was ever used. It's in really good condition. It's really kind of neat. You might, I would probably get, might get some of that fabric glue, because this seam binding, I don't know if they, you know, use that iron-on stuff or what, or just didn't finish it, but that's a real easy fix. And in fact, I might even just fix that before I list it. But that I thought was really sweet. And I couldn't believe people weren't picking that up. I was like, wow, okay. I did find some more doilies. So, Mark, if you're listening, let me know if there are set colors that you are looking for, because I do know I have plenty of doilies that you were looking for. I was just kind of curious as to what color that you would want. And I did find this vintage set of jacks in its original packaging. This one, the jacks are a little bit brittle. Could have happened when I shoved it in there, or it could have been like that when I got it. I don't know. But I thought, if you like vintage toys, that would be a cute display. I did find some vintage lace pieces. I found like some little trim. So I might, you know, I tell you I have so much ephemera, and I do. And so, I don't know, maybe the lace, some of these lace pieces might end up in some ephemera kits. I think those winter days when we get snowed in, that may be a good activity. Who knows? I found this little patch. It's football. I don't know. I'll have to research it and see if it's even worth messing with. And then I found this, let's see, this set of 4 placemats. And these are embroidered in cross stitch. So in great shape. And then on that round, the best thing that I found was, in its bag, was this vintage Santa. Now, his nose has a little bit of paint rub, but other than that, he is in fabulous condition. I couldn't believe it. I had so many people coming up to me afterwards, in shock that I found him and he wasn't like destroyed. And I think it's because he was in this bag and he was fairly close to the top, and I snatched him up. Alrighty, let me grab the other bag because that's going to be a lot. Be right back. Okay. I got on one of the rotations this vintage wood frame. So, I mean, it does have a little bit of damage, but it's still, it's a really, really great piece. So sometimes, you know, if you have a canvas that you don't have a frame for, because like you can see, it does have the lip on it. Those can be really, really good for, you know, the oil paintings that don't require glass. Something else I have seen done with those, and I do have a black frame that I plan on using, is people will take either Coke crates, or they'll take a little, like a display shelf unit, you know, one of those things that has 3 or 4 shelves to it, and they're kind of plain, but they'll put those on the front. So you've got like an instant antique Victorian type display area. So I am still looking for the perfect thing to put on the back of one of mine. So that's dogs going crazy. So I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with that one. I do have some oil paintings that I know I don't have a frame for. I'll have to see if that works for any of them, you know, or needlepoint. It's great for needlepoint. So yeah. So I grabbed that. Then I also, and this is all in the bag still because it's just a bit much. I picked up this piece of driftwood, and you're probably thinking, well, why did you pick up that piece of driftwood? Well, I have a large grape cluster, a large lucite grape cluster that didn't have the piece of wood. So when I saw this, I was like, that would be perfect. So I'm going to wire those grapes to this cluster. I think that was the only reason I hadn't listed it, because it didn't have, you know, the driftwood handle like they usually have. So, and this is the perfect size. I mean, you know, I can wire them to this part, and then this would be the display. So I was really excited to find that. I also picked up, and again, probably Baby Faye, this little Pokemon fish. She likes her little stuffies. Then I hit the linen motherlode. It was insane. Nobody was grabbing these. I grabbed them all. Yes, I was a little greedy. I grabbed them all. But I got this really cute little handmade little quilt. I think it's a little Easter quilt. And it's a combination of machine and handmade, but you know, it's going to be perfect for the spring. And it was in really, really good shape. And I haven't even like completely looked through everything that I picked up. Oh, well, here's something that's not linen that I did bury in there because it was easier to package. This little Lefton Christmas trinket tray. So I did pick that up. There were these vintage vinyl, pretty sure these are like maybe shower curtains. Snagged those. They still have like the original rings on them. I thought those were kind of neat. This was curious. I don't know. It is vinyl in nature, but it's not long enough to be a shower curtain. But I loved the print on it. I thought that was really pretty. Then I also got some vintage pillowcase covers. There were, these look like napkins and placemats. Jeez Louise, my brain. And there were more napkins in there. Some more like little linen pieces. It was a lot, guys. It was so much. So I have to sort through all of this to see what's what. And there were these placemats, which remind me of that Franciscan Desert Rose. Those dishes, you know? More cloth napkins. Everything, you know, I do need to launder pretty much all of this. Some pieces were in perfect condition. There were some table runners. Thinking this is a tablecloth, the cutouts. I think these are, yeah, these look like, these are placemats. It's kind of hard to display the white on white, but find an edge. So it's like that kind of Battenberg cottagecore, you know, type stuff. And then like here's this table runner. It's still in perfect condition. It's starched already. It was beautiful. There was, I think, this looks like maybe a tablecloth that matches some of those placemats and napkins. And whoever's house it came out of, y'all, it is folded in its original tissue paper. Can you hear it crinkling? It makes me sad sometimes when I find that stuff because I'm always like, oh, that came from somebody's family and they didn't want it. Another runner. And generally I try to soak all of this stuff because there are marks from where it was folded, you know, not stored in the most proper way. There was this tablecloth, which I do believe I'm going to soak it because I don't know. It did have a couple of stains on it. but I think a good soak in my cleaner will help it. But look how pretty that embroidery work is on there. This is really some pretty pieces. Was this runner as well with the embroidery and lace work. Another tablecloth with the open cut work. And like I said, I have to sort everything because I think a lot of these have the matching placemats and napkins, you know, to go with it. For example, this one looks like a little card table, I think, tablecloth. And there were pieces like this with the open lace work. I like to use that kind of stuff to display, you know, Victorian type items. Let's see. There's this beautiful piece of lace. Like I said, I was just reaching in and just grabbing stuff. More white on white. Another runner dresser scarf. This looked like a round tablecloth. And I you know, y'all, it's kind of hard to display linens, I'm gonna say, in a haul. So, but if you happen to see something you're interested in, want more information, let me know. And this is a runner as well. I've got it folded in half, but it's like a woven type texture, like a Peruvian type piece maybe. And I also found these pillowcases with the pumpkins. And this one had the fall leaves. And there was that one. And then that one. I probably should have already listed those, but you know, it is what it is. My goodness. It's like the never-ending bag down here. There was also this bag of small items, and it looked like these were hankies. I've not come across a black hanky before, so I thought that was a little interesting. This looks Russian or Polish or something. Again, more little hankies. That one. That one. That one. And I know somebody's going to complain that I wasn't holding things up long enough, but it is what it is. We would be here all day. And then also there was this dishcloth in there, and it's like a sailor. How cute is that? So I was really excited to find those in the bins because, like I said, it's linens don't weigh a lot, or unless you find as much as I did, they could weigh a lot. Oh, Goodness. I also got, and I'm going to take this out of the frame, and I couldn't do it while I was there, but it is of the little carousel horse, but it's all needlepoint, but it needs to be restretched. I wasn't a fan of the frame, quite honestly, so I'm probably going to pop it out of here and just sell it, you know, without being in the frame. I also came across this Looney Tunes Bugs Bunny. This is that reflective, what do they call that? There's a name for that, but it's the like foil art picture. That was pretty funny. I think my most favorite find in the linens was this antique tapestry needlepoint spaniel. Look at this. Kristin and Cheryl were with me when I found it, and it was originally a pillow. The back of the pillow, you know, it needs to be pulled off, but it was stuffed, and I was like, I'm not paying for all that. So I de-stuffed it while we were at the bins. And this, you know, you could turn it back into a pillow, or you could cover, you know, a footstool or something. I've seen people do some really great stuff with it. So I'm probably going to go ahead and take it, do a seam ripper probably, and take off that backing and list it. That was a great find because those do really well on eBay. I also got this little cat lacquer box little trinket dish. He was really cute. I found these little cards. Thought they're great package toppers, or I may play with Baby Faye with them or something. I don't know, but they're still brand new. You know, neither pack has been open. And one of the things that's really kind of funny is when I was on vacation with my family, my aunt loves to play cards, and they were playing cards like insane. My father tried teaching me how to play spades and got kind of frustrated with me because I could not pick that game up. For whatever reason, I could not pick that game up. And now this man has taught me how to do cryptography. You know, I am a programmer, so I am typically a very logical person, but for whatever reason, it would not click with me. So, and my dad was so competitive playing cards. If I'm playing a game, I want to have fun. I don't want to have to think. It needs to be a retreat, an enjoyable pastime. But let me tell you, my aunt and my cousins, I was listening to them, and Miss Pam played too. Let me tell you, those were some cutthroat women playing cards over there. Just saying. Alright, and then the last thing I picked up was this little enamel dragonfly letter business card holder. I love picking some of these up because, you know, you can put your ephemera in these to display them. So that pretty much sums up. Oh, wait, I did find one other thing. If I don't fall over picking it up. I also found these new old stock Christmas tumblers, glasses. So, yeah. These were really nice. I don't think they were ever used because I don't see any like damage on them or anything. They're really great shape. So good size. Set of 4 for, you know, your holiday table. Oh, with that, sorry guys, that's everything I found. It was a lot to deal with. Let's be honest. I'll be busy. If there was anything in here you saw that you are interested in, like I said, email me at bayoubellevantiques@gmail.com and we can discuss the price. Otherwise, keep an eye on my Etsy and my eBay stores. Some things may go to Vant. Some things go to McCray. They'll probably show up in many places. Okay? So, with that, remember, give yourself grace, give others grace, because you never know what somebody is going through, and a kind word, a smile makes all the difference to someone out there. Alrighty? Talk to y'all the next time. Bye now.